Okay, let's dive right into today's explainer. Look, if you write code today, you are almost certainly using an AI coding assistant. Claude, Gemini, or maybe a local model. But there is a glaring, built-in flaw with absolutely all of them. They are completely stateless by design. That means every single time you start a new session, your AI's brain is a total 100% blank slate. And honestly, we've all been there, right? This perfectly illustrates that massive frustration every developer faces. You sit down, ready to work, but instead of actually coding, you're stuck on session 402, explaining the architecture again. You literally have to explain your project structure, your specific tech stack, and your team's conventions entirely from scratch. It's like being stuck in a horrible time loop. So we aren't just talking about a minor annoyance here. We are talking about context bankruptcy. It's this incredibly expensive and tedious process where you're burning thousands of API tokens and wasting your own valuable time just to bring an AI up to speed on facts it really should already know. It drains your budget, and honestly, worse than that, it completely drains your focus. Section 1. The solution: 2 layers of memory. So to cure this context bankruptcy, we are looking at a tool called Dectl. It essentially acts as a bridge using 2 distinct layers of memory. Think of it like this. Layer 1 is your personal, global, long-term knowledge base. And then you have layer 2, which is your project ledger. These are highly specific files that live right alongside your codebase. Let's break down layer 1, your global knowledge base. This lives securely on your local machine in a standard SQL-Lite database. No external APIs, no sneaky telemetry, nothing. It is your long-term memory across all your projects. And because it's powered by an FTS5 full-text search engine, whenever your AI needs to pull up past architectural decisions, it gets instant, perfectly ranked results. And you have total control over this. Right from your terminal, you can manually inject context whenever you want. For example, you could run Dectl memory add. We use SQL-Lite for simplicity, and tag it as an architectural decision. You are literally curating a brain for your future coding sessions. But here is where it gets really cool. You don't just blindly search this memory. You query it with surgical precision. The Dectl custom query language lets you use Boolean operators, things like and, or, and not. This means your AI pulls exactly the context it needs and absolutely nothing else, saving you from wasting those precious tokens on irrelevant data. Okay, let's move over to layer 2, the project ledger. This is all about the immediate state of whatever specific project you're working on. It lives in a hidden .dec directory right inside your repository. And because these are just flat files, they travel seamlessly with your code and are shared with your entire team via Git. Your progress.json tracks exactly what's pending and what's done, while the last session.md file acts basically like a previously on summary for your project. Section 2, the automated session loop. Now, having memory is fantastic, but as developers, let's be real, we absolutely hate maintaining documentation manually. So when you are wrapping up a feature, you don't have to spend 20 minutes writing out update notes. The best part is you just type one single command, declo text session end. The moment you hit enter, 5 things happen perfectly in sync in the background. 1, context sync updates your session summary. 2, Git integration marks your completed features. 3, decision capture permanently saves any uncaptured decisions straight to your memory database. 4, it auto-detects new tools in your stack. And 5, agent reporting logs exactly what your AI accomplished. It completely automates the documentation of your life as a developer. Section 3, the next session experience. The true payoff for all of this happens the next morning when you sit down at your desk with your coffee. Instead of typing out a massive, exhausting prompt explaining everything you did yesterday, you simply run Dectl project context. This instantly loads the exact state of the project, any pending tasks, and your most recent decisions. It is seriously a magical moment. Your AI assistant, regardless of which model you choose to use, reads those state files and practically greets you with, "Welcome back, here is exactly where we left off." No wasted tokens, no repeated explanations. You just start coding. And that brings us to the core philosophy of DCTL. No cloud, no lock-in, total memory. Everything stays local on your machine or in your Git repository. Because it relies on standard shell commands and flat files, DCTL isn't just a database. It acts as the connective tissue between your AI sessions, your projects, and your entire team. It's essentially the system operative for your developer life. So, what you should take away from this is pretty simple. Are you ready to stop repeating yourself, to abandon context bankruptcy once and for all, and finally give your AI a memory that lasts? Because when your tools actually remember the past, you can focus entirely on building the future.